afternoon, everybody. Good evening, depending on where you're tuning in right now, and welcome to the Crown Plaza East Midlands Hotel, playing Fight Week Hotel, official hotel, sponsor hotel, for what's going to be a massive landmark event for this weekend. It's been over 20 years since professional boxing has been on the BBC, and now Boxer is back and bringing boxing back to that massive broadcaster that everyone in this country knows and watches all the time. The main event on this Saturday night is the highly anticipated matchup for the British heavyweight title between Frazer Clarke and Jeamie TKV. We're going to hear from our main eventers later on tonight, but as we look forward to this weekend, we're going to see if Frazer or Jeamie get added to the list that includes the likes of Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Lennox Lewis, and Henry Cooper. Today, I'm set up with some of the people that are going to be on the undercard for this show that's happening on Saturday on BBC. But before I get to all these fighters that are joining us, Ben, I guess just to open this up, first off, welcome back, and happy to bring boxing back to the BBC.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Delighted to be here. Delighted to see everyone here. It's a massive moment for us. It's a massive moment for British boxing. I mean, boxing is flying right now, but what we need is national audiences. We need household names. We need the future stars of the sport on BBC. I'm delighted for giving us that opportunity. It really is an opportunity for us and an opportunity for boxing to get back on the front pages, get back on the back pages, and put on some major nights. It all starts on Saturday night with the British heavyweight title, and we'll be looking at a show a month thereafter. So yeah, massive moment for us, but really excited to get it going. And as I say, Saturday night will be a huge landmark event.
We always hear about the relationships between broadcasters and promoters. When the Boxer team and the BBC team linked up, why was that combination the one that you felt was correct?
Look, I'm still seeing it now. The BBC is still the most powerful platform in this country, not just the linear channels, but the digital audiences as well. It's off the scale. For us, we had to find a way to make boxing work for them. For 20 years, they've decided to take a break from the sport. There were reasons for that, but I think they're in a position where now they want to connect with their younger audiences. They want to connect with combat sport audiences, and for us it was always, how can we disrupt the industry? How can we bring boxing to mainstream audiences? How can we sort of break down the barriers? And BBC are obviously the perfect partner to do that, and timing is everything. And timing for us was good, timing for them was good, and yeah, it all begins on Saturday night.
Amazing. Well, I want to make a quick mention. I want to thank our sponsors for the show and this entire week. Betfred, Riyadh Season, That Prize Guy, Hell Energy, IFX Payments, Car Finance 24/7, and Champion. Now, we're going to hear from these undercard fighters that are joining us. I want to introduce all of them and the different matchups that you're going to be able to see leading up to that British heavyweight title on Saturday night. First is Scott Melvin from Chelmsley Wood, who faces Harvey Sturton over 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Opening the show on the BBC iPlayer, we have an 8-round middleweight contest between Bradley Goldsmith and Jordan Dujon. In a battle of unbeaten welterweight contenders, Bobby Dalton defends his English welterweight title against Joel Kodua. And then the former IBF World Title Challenger and the IBO World Cruiserweight Champion, One Smack Jack Massey, returns against Ivan Gabriel Garcia. I want to first start with Melvin versus Sturton. Scott, fans will remember you from the Ultimate Boxer tournament back in 2022. You're unbeaten in your last 6. You're on a winning streak. What can the fans, what can that BBC audience expect from Scott Melvin on Saturday?
They're just going to expect fireworks. I've had a lot of time now to work behind the scenes, small wall shows. This is the time for me to showcase my skills, and I'm feeling nasty. So come Saturday, I'm going to run through this guy and show the levels where I am and really make a statement.
Create some new Scott Melvin fans on the BBC?
Absolutely, that's what we're there for. We're going to go through it, like I said, and show everyone what I'm about.
Amazing. Thank you for joining us. Harvey, you're 3-0. Putting your undefeated record on the line in what looks to be your toughest fight to this date in your career. What do you know about Scott? Are you confident that you're going to be able to remain unbeaten after Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get how it's going to go through me, to be fair. just chat bollocks. But I mean, I think once you get this win, just go on to the next fight, and the next fight, just keep winning. For me, that's what's that's my plan. So yeah, that's it really for me.
Anything that we can expect from you or the BBC audience can look at for Harvey on Saturday?
I reckon just a win for a start. You know what I mean? You're going to see how you can be outclassed. You know what I mean? Out jab,
That
out
won't
move.
happen.
It won't happen.
That won't happen. I'll
That's
run
it.
through you like a last
You stole that line, by the way. I like to do the line.
Yeah,
It's still an
we all
original.
know where that came from.
But yeah, alright. Well, it's nice to hear. Still going to win.
All right, well, testier than I thought it was going to be. Now, let's go to the Goldsmith-Dujon matchup, opening the TV cards live on BBC iPlayer from 6 p.m. Bradley, this is a huge opportunity to fight on a massive platform. How excited are you to fight on the BBC and help bring boxing back to the biggest platform in this country?
Yeah, I mean, like you said there, first of all, it's a pleasure and also a privilege. I didn't think I'd get here, Jordan's now my third opponent, so I'm appreciative and grateful for him stepping in there. But it all comes down to Saturday night, and I'm more than prepared to perform.
Those opponent changes, does that change the game plan for you at all?
Not necessarily, no. I know I do the work in the gym, and as I say, it's just down to me to deliver on Saturday night.
Last time we saw you out, the ending isn't exactly what you wanted. You had Troy Coleman hurt and looked to finish the show. Is there anything that went wrong that night when you reflect?
Yeah, just a bit of a misjudgment on my end, really, and probably a lack of experience during that time. But I went away, assessed, changed what I needed to change, and as I say, I'm just more than ready to deliver on Saturday night.
Anything you know about your opponent, Mr. Dujon? That you mentioned some opponent changes, but is there anything that you know or maybe you're keen on, without giving away a game plan?
I think after this fight, gone are the days of studying opponents too much, because you can look into one and then, like you say, they change, and you look into the next one and they change. So I'm fully focused. I'll leave that kind of stuff down to my team. I'll get a game plan, and I'm more than confident in executing it.
Awesome, amazing. Any final words for your opponent?
Just tune in on Saturday night, as you said, the first fight being broadcasted in 20 years, and what a thing to be able to say. So tune in.
Jordan, you stepped in late notice. Why? Opportunity?
To be honest with you, since the start of my career, I've had the mentality to fight anyone. If you're going to be a professional boxer, I don't think you should be picking and cherry picking your fights. If you want to get to championship status, you've got to go through whoever's put in front of you.
Now, those of us in the boxing public have seen you fight before, but for this big audience that's going to be tuning in on the BBC that maybe hasn't seen Jordan Dujon fight, is there anything that they can expect, that you want to show to this audience?
I think come Saturday night, all we're going to see is just desire. That's the one thing I'm going to give away today. Just going to see desire to win.
Amazing. Any final words for your opponent? No? Okay. I tried. All right. Dalton versus Kadua. Bobby Dalton versus Joel Kadua for the English welterweight title. This is a fight that I know boxing fans will be looking forward to. Both fighters enter the contest off the back of what many would call career best performances. Bobby secured the English title with a majority win over Ben Vaughn, while Joel claimed the Southern Area belt with an impressive 10th round TKO over Daniel Francis. So, both fighters, Bobby, you won your English title last time out, and you make your first defense on Saturday night. Anything you know about the title challenger looking to take that belt off of you?
Yeah, we know about him. He's a bit unorthodox, good boxer, good fighter. But like I said, it's two young, hungry champions going at it, so tuning in Saturday night is going to be a hell of a fight.
Joel, we know the English title represents a big launching pad for a lot of professionals. This is a big opportunity for you. How important is this fight for the career of JFK Joel Kadua?
First and foremost, I want to thank God, and I thank everyone here for attending. And it's good, trust me, because I'm going to put on a display and a great performance.
Bobby, how confident are you that that belt is staying around your waist after Saturday?
I'm very confident, man. Like I said, I believe I'm one of the best kept secrets of British boxing, and Saturday night, the secret's out, so yeah, tune in, like I keep saying, it's going to be a good fight.
Those secrets that you mentioned, best hidden secret in British boxing. Can you give us any insight? Can you give all the people watching or maybe members of the media?
Me, that's what I'm saying, I'm the best kept secret in British boxing. Not many people know who I am, but after Saturday, everyone's going to know who I am, trust me.
Amazing. Joel, your keys to success as you enter this big fight for the English title. Anything specific that you've been working on in your camp with Tunde?
I've just been working on being the best me, like improving every day, getting better every day, getting stronger every day, getting faster, getting smarter. So just being the best me. That's what I achieved this camp year.
Ben, you've been talking a lot about this matchup. This is one of your favorite matchups on the card. For those on the BBC that maybe haven't seen Bobby or Joel fight, what can they expect from this fight for the English title?
Look, it's a crossroads fight. Joel's someone we're working with, someone we've been working with Tunde for the past year, but Bobby Dalton comes in the champion. He is waiting for this opportunity, he's waiting for his moment on television, and both of them are undefeated, and that's what British boxing is about. It's winner goes on to big things, loser has to come again, but great fight. Credit to both fighters for taking it, because both of them probably didn't have to, and that's what we want to see. So yeah, for me, potential fight of the night there.
Absolutely. Jack Massey, welcome back. First off, I'm personally excited to watch you fight, and I know the British public is excited to watch you fight. Last time out, you stepped up to fight who many would consider the best cruiserweight in the world. John Mataya currently has the majority of the belts, etc., highest ranking. As you come back now, is there any reflection that you have from that fight?
Definitely, we unfortunately we didn't get the decision in that fight. Unfortunately we met the best guy in the world, and what an elite fighter he is. But you've got to take what you can from them sort of fights. Every loss you've got to take something with it, and you've got to get back in the gym and learn from it, learn from your mistakes, and see what he does good as well. Nitpick at little things what he does best, and because he's the best in the world. So it's good to be on the big stage, world level, fighting for a world title. But we're back now. It's been a long training camp. It's been about a year training camp, so we should be ready for this comeback fight.
And I'm assuming, in your opinion, after Riyadh, you're an even better fighter now.
Absolutely. It's massive experience. Not just in the ring, outside the ring. So it's we've got all that to add to it.
You're going to be able to shake off the cobwebs a little bit this weekend, right? As you get back into that world title championship contention. Is there anything specific you're looking to, get from Saturday, or prove to yourself maybe from Saturday?
I think it's time to make a statement. We need to make a statement with this guy on Saturday night, especially with it being on BBC as well. But we need to make a big statement with this guy and get back to where I belong, European world level. That's where I belong. Unfortunately, like I said, I met the best guy in the world. I believe I'm still up there at world level, but with the guys below him, so that's where I belong, and that's what I'm going to do Saturday night, make a big statement.
Last question for you, and I'd be remiss not to ask this. The cruiserweight division, specifically in this country, but really the cruiserweight division everywhere, in my opinion, is one of the deeper divisions in this sport. Are there any names, are there any matchups, are there any people that you want to give one smack to?
It's about time Chris Brown Smith stopped running. We've been
Interesting.
shouting him out for a few years now. It's he lost his world title. We're both wanting to get back up on that world level stage. If we can make that fight happen and fight for a world title after that, that's where it is. We're both under the same promoter, so it should be a little bit easier, mate.
I like that fight. All right, I like
I'm
that.
happy to go to Bournemouth. I'm not bothered to go anywhere.
I like it. Well, I know that as a fact. You will fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. Ben, as you look at this, and thank you, Jack, for joining us as well. Ben, as you look to this undercard, these fighters that are joining us here, kicking off this big night on BBC, bringing boxing back, anything specific you want to see from these guys?
Just leave it all in the ring. What an opportunity! I remember, I didn't actually recognise Scott with his skin out there, but I remember he came on the tournament, gave it his all, actually came in favourite, anyone can win on the night, and has had to work his way back, and that's just what it's like. You miss an opportunity, it takes a long time to come around again, and so Saturday night's the night to put on a performance and make sure you stay on at this level, and on the BBC. So huge night of opportunities for everyone here, and yeah, tune in.
Awesome. Gentlemen, Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to move on to the next portion of our press conference. Once again, BBC on Saturday. You can watch the undercard leading up to the British heavyweight title. And we're going to bring up the next portion of our press conference. Thank you, everybody. BBC2, everybody in the country is going to be watching this fight. And it's a very, very exciting matchup, not just in women's boxing, but in boxing in general. I want to introduce the two women joining me on stage. First, the 20-year-old from Seven Oaks, the prodigy, the superstar, undefeated, 6 pro fights in the hold of the WBA Intercontinental title, Miss Francesca Hennessy. And I'd also like to welcome her opponent, the former WBC world champion, Fabiana Pitici. Perfect. This is a great matchup. I saw that name and I was like, all right, I get that right. This is a great matchup to bring boxing back on the BBC and to show where women's boxing is at right now. And we've got two great fighters that are going to be representing on the platform. I'm going to start first with Francesca. Your hardest test to date. At this point in your career, almost every fight's going to be your hardest fight. But as you look forward to this, on this stage, what can the world expect from Francesca Hennessy, the $1 billion baby?
I think you can always expect a show from me, ring walks, things like that. But look, I've been working hard in the background recently. You know, my last fight was 8 months ago, but in this time I feel like I've become the best I can. And I've been working with a nutritionist recently. I've got in the best shape of my career, so, and I know I need to be. You know, I've got a great opponent in front of me, so I'm just ready to go and have a fight.
When you're having this much fun, when you're as entertaining as you are, do you feel the pressure? Are you going to feel the pressure of being on a nationwide audience on Saturday?
Oh, the pressure's a privilege, right? Pressure makes diamonds, and I love the pressure, so bring it. I love the pressure.
What do you know about Fabiana, your opponent?
I know Fabiana's a great fighter. You know, she's very experienced, a lot more experienced than me. But yeah, I'm ready for it. As I said, I've prepared very hard. You know, I've been working for months on end, and I'm in the best shape of my career, and I know I need to be.
You bring up the best shape of your career. I got to ask, you've been a viral sensation. You've talked about your story in a variety of capacities, but your weight loss journey has been a big one for you. Recently, you posted, I think you got like 3 or 4 million views about your story. Beyond just being a boxer, do you like being an inspiration for not just young women, but young people?
Yeah, of course. I mean, what's the point in having a platform if you can't use it for positiveness, right? Like, so yeah, it was nice to see how much views that video got and things, and I'm happy that it's inspired a few people. You know, I've got some lovely messages, so I thank everyone who's messaged me on that. But yeah, that's what I'm here for, not only to, you know, achieve greatness, but also achieve greatness outside the ring.
I love that, amazing. Fabiana, for you, as you enter this opportunity, as you enter this matchup against a young up-and-coming fighter, undefeated, a lot of momentum behind her, does that add any pressure to you? What are you trying to focus on going into this fight?
I know Francesca is well talented, and it's a great opportunity for me because I had only 3 dreams in boxing: to become pro, then to become world champion, and the last one was to box in England or America. So one of my dreams is coming true. So I'm glad that it's coming, and I'm really looking forward to this fight because I like to fight with great fighters, which Francesca obviously is. And we'll see how it happens on Saturday.
Now, you've done something that Francesca has not done yet. Maybe she's looking to accomplish. You have been a world champion. What does that experience, what does wearing that belt previously do to your prep? Does it make you more confident going into fights like this?
Yes, I think I'm more confident because become a world champion, it's a bit of pressure, and then to how to say it, to fight again for the title, it's even biggest pressure than when you go for it. So I think mentally I will be really stable, and when I join the ring, I just enjoy it. That's why I do boxing. I feel pressure. It's healthy to feel pressure, but it's not a big pressure. I just go and enjoy it. Enjoy my time there.
How is your camp, this new weight class that you're fighting up at? How do you feel leading into Saturday?
Yeah, I feel much better because I fought at a weight which is 46.25 kilograms, something like that, and it was for a small weight for me. Right now I'm having a little bit of diet, good nutrition, and I'm feeling well, and yeah, I think it'll be good.
ready to put on a show in front of this big audience on Saturday. You said you wanted to fight in England. Well, not only are you fighting in England, you're fighting on the biggest broadcaster in England. Are you excited for that?
Yes, I'm really excited. It's, as I said, it's a great opportunity for the fighter, and it's like my dreams can just come true.
Amazing. Francesca, I'm going to ask you, because you like to pull on a show, I like a show, everybody likes a show. You always really like your ring walks that you come out to. Anything that we can expect from you on Saturday, or you don't want to give it away yet?
Well, look, obviously you can always expect a ring walk from me, that's just what I'm about, you know, but I just believe, you know, you're going to see a different side to me on Saturday night. I just think, you know, there's a lot I still haven't shown, but I just believe in these months I've had out of the ring, I'm just a different fighter. That's what I believe. So on Saturday night, I'm looking forward to showing that.
Now, I was talking to you beforehand, and obviously you like to have fun, you smile, you laugh, etc. But when that bell rings, you know how to turn it on as a fighter. You are fighting a former world champion on Saturday in a co-main event. Excitement, nerves, what are you feeling overall?
I'm excited, you know. Obviously everyone gets nerves, but I deal with them nerves very well. Like, as I said, the pressure's a privilege. I love it. I shine under them lights, so I'm just ready to get out there now and have a great fight.
Amazing. Ben, for your chief support bout, you have a superstar in the making in Francesca Hennessy, 20 years old. Now you got her against a former world champion. Was that a difficult choice for you as you try to build a career here? What's your thinking on this fight?
Look, there's some fighters that shy away from those opportunities, shy away from the big moments, but there's some fighters that love the spotlight and can embrace it and want more, want bigger challenges. Francesca is that fighter. I mean, to be doing this at 20 years old is pretty phenomenal. To be doing this after 6 fights is even more crazy to think. I mean, we could be looking at the youngest ever undisputed champion. That's how I feel about her. But she's got a huge moment now. You know, this is the first fight on BBC 2 in 20 years, and it's going to be Francesca Hennessy at 20 years old going up against a former world champion. It's an incredible story. She inspires girls all around the country to get into gyms. We've done so much in women's boxing so far. Now it's about getting the girls coming through. Now it's about inspiring the next generation to say, when they're looking at Francesca on Saturday night, that could be me in 10 years, in 15 years. It's the start of a phenomenal career. I truly believe that. But Saturday night is her time to shine. Fabiana will obviously have her own ambition. She's coming in as the more experienced fighter, a former world champion, someone that has many more fights and much more hours in the ring than Francesca Hennessy. So big test, big platform, big opportunity, but potential superstar about to be announced on Saturday night.
Can I just say as well, thank you to Ben, Boxer, BBC, you know, for putting this event on and, you know, for giving me the opportunity. You know, they've really looked after me and recently, so just wanted to say thank you.
Amazing. I'll let you close it. Thank you, Fabiana. Thank you, Francesca. Your co-main event, live, BBC 2, the first fight on BBC 2 in 20 years. Francesca Hennessy, Fabiana Bitici. We'll be right back with our main event. Frazer Clark, Jeamie, TKV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the main eventers. The big main event, first main event on BBC in 20 years for the British heavyweight title. Frazer Clark, Jeamie, TKV. Now, we've seen the build-up for months. This fight has been brewing even longer than months. There were shots being fired by both these guys months, years ago, waiting to fight each other, and we finally get to see it on the biggest platform in this country. Now, there's been some accusations, gentlemen, fiery start to the week, injuries, DMs, the whole thing. We're all gonna get there, but before we get there, I first wanna ask you guys first. Frazer, I'm gonna start with you. You have a chance to cement your legacy, winning the Lonsdale belt, winning the British heavyweight title. How focused and locked in are you right now? I can see it in your eyes.
Just as focused as I need to be. Like, you know, there's no doubt about this opportunity and what it means to become British champion. I think every professional heavyweight in this country, it's an ambition of theirs. It has been mine since the day that I spoke to Ben about turning professional. And I've tried and I've failed. I've learned from that failure. And now I feel like I'm in the best place possible to become British heavyweight champion.
How excited are you? Because beyond being a fighter, you're also a fan of the sport. I know you personally. You love the sport of boxing. How happy are you to see boxing back on this platform, and you get to headline with your name on the top?
It's fantastic, you know. I've got to say, you know, first of all, the biggest well done to Ben and Boxer and, you know, the whole team basically. You know, it's not a secret, the last few months has been difficult for a company, but listen, we've got it done. We're on the biggest broadcaster in the country now, you know, everyone's going to get to see this on terrestrial TV, and it's a privilege to be, you know, the main event for the first show, and hopefully it's a great main event. There's myself, there's Jeamie, you know, I feel like we have a responsibility to go out there and put a show on. And like I say, this is the start of big things for everyone at Boxer and everyone involved.
Amazing. Jeamie, to you. We saw you compete for the British heavyweight title last time against David Adelaide. Questionable decision, contentious decision, whatever you want to call it. Does that night, does that moment give you motivation for Saturday at all? Whether internally or externally?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely gives me motivation. This should be my first title defense. That's how I look at it. You know, I should have walked away that night as the British heavyweight champion, and this should have been my title defense. But you know what? Things happen for a reason. So, you know, we're here now, and we're going to fight on Saturday.
Same question that I gave to Frazer, I want to ask you. As you reflect on your career as a boxer, it's happened pretty quick, obviously, but now you get to main event on BBC for the British heavyweight title. That's got to feel special to you.
Yeah, of course, it's big. Big. I know how big this opportunity is. That it's a very big opportunity, and just got to thank Boxer, BBC, and everyone involved, man, and everyone supporting the show in general. So I know how big this opportunity is. So yeah.
Now I want to get into it. Okay, you've been pretty vocal about Frazer. It's no secret. Saw you on Talk Sports, seen you in the media, seen all that stuff. You've been pretty vocal saying that Frazer's been disrespecting you. Can you elaborate on that at all?
Listen, he knows how he's been disrespectful. You know, I don't really need to go into it a bit too much. He has a persona. He's a good guy in front of the cameras, in front of everyone, but behind the scenes he makes a lot of cheeky comments and disrespectful comments. And that's what I'm talking about. You don't need to be disrespectful. We're going to fight anyways. And there's another thing I do want to address. Never in your life label me a thug again. Never label me a wannabe gangster. I'm a uni graduate, I'm a family man, and I'm a professional boxer. The last thing you could ever, don't ever call me a thug again. You know what I'm saying?
So now, don't try and act like one. Then. You're giving it loads in talk.
I wasn't.
You're giving it loads, trying to intimidate everyone.
Are you?
Jordan said it, everyone said you're there. You're trying to intimidate everyone, walking around with a screw face. You look like a.
I wasn't walking around with a
brat. Just behave yourself.
Listen.
It's a privilege to be in that building, man. You ain't gonna go there again, are you? Soft and stupid, man.
You see? See what I said? Making cheeky comments for no reason. Like I said.
What? Are you my dad? Can I not be cheeky to you?
Yeah.
Saturday you can do something about it.
I would do something about it, and I wouldn't help you out. But listen, any young boxers out there coming from the inner cities, don't ever let anyone label you a fuck. Coming from this, don't ever let anyone label you a fuck. Yeah. Someday you'll be in this position with big opportunities. Don't ever let people like him put you down.
That's the smartest thing this man has said in this whole build-up. So well done to you, Jeamie. Let's have a little round of applause for him.
As I said, prime example. Round of applause. Go on, guys. Go on. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna try to wrangle this here. Come on, that was the first question, guys. We got a few minutes here to go. Jeamie, you've alluded to some
Here comes the
DMs.
screw face again.
Okay, look. I just looked at him. I don't know where he's from. He's very soft from where he's from. I just looked at him. He said, "I'm
Anyone
screwing."
got any super glue? Then fell off again.
Wait, hold
Put it
up.
back
Does
on.
this look like a screw face? That's what he's calling a screw face. I put my thumbs up.
This guy,
He said I'm
he's
throwing gang
a
signs.
classic
He's
example.
stereotyping me.
Classic example.
He's
Tries to
stereotyping. I put my
intimidate
thumbs
everyone.
up and he's
Guy from the
stereotyping.
big bad city thinks he can intimidate everyone and walk around
If you're
and intimidate
intimidated,
people.
that's you.
He
You
can't
just
do
suffer,
it. He
you
can't
can't
do it
do
to me, mate. He can't do it
You
to me.
weren't. You can see, but you was intimidated.
Behave yourself, Jeamie.
You weren't intimidated.
You look like a
You were
fool.
trembling.
You're like a fool in front of millions of people, mate.
You look like a fool.
You don't even-
But you
Wait,
was
by
scared.
doing what?
You was
By
scared.
sitting there looking at you thinking,
Bro,
my
you was
God,
terrified.
this boy has watched way too many movies.
You was terrified. And all I did was raise my voice a little bit and you got a little bit scared.
Yeah, you know, like I say, you try to make people feel uncomfortable, and really truly, people are just sitting there thinking, grade A Blanca, literally.
Okay. All right. Jeamie, you've alluded to some DMs. I'm curious, can you share what they said?
He knows. He knows. I don't need to repeat it.
So reveal
I
it
don't
then.
need to repeat it. I don't need to repeat it. Anyways, going back to TalkSport, Simon Jordan was siding with this pundit. You know, he's a full-time pundit, part-time boxer. He was siding with this guy. Yeah? I know, obviously, as a fellow
Barry,
pundit...
is he giving you an extra 5% to sit there and laugh?
Hey, listen, wait, hold up. I'm talking, chill. Listen, I want to invite Simon Jordan to come to the gym and probably do a 50-round bag circle with Barry over there, because he's very critical of boxers, and maybe he won't be so critical when he does a bag circle or a session with us. So I do want to invite Simon Jordan down, if possible.
Okay. Frazer, you've publicly questioned the injury that postponed this fight a little bit. Do you believe Jeamie was injured, or did he just want to buy some more time?
Yeah, well, he wanted to buy some more time. That's what I believe. Whether he was or whether he wasn't, it's irrelevant now. We're here, innit? But
Exactly.
yeah, I believe he needed a bit more time.
Has that postponement impacted your camp at all?
Obviously, it did at the time. You know, I was pissed off. But look, a few weeks have gone. We've got better, and listen, we're in a great place.
Frazer, I want to ask, you had those epic fights with Fabio Wardley. The first one ended in a draw. The rematch didn't go your way. Fabio now has a world title. Is a trilogy something that, if the opportunity presents itself, if the stars align, if the fights go how, obviously the fight fans may potentially, or you want to see them go, is that something that you would potentially want down the road?
You know, first and foremost, I think I can sit here and congratulate Fabio Wardley, because the story and the way he's done it and what he's done, I think is fantastic. But that is now one of my ambitions. And then people might think it's a million miles away. First and foremost, I've got to concentrate on Jeamie. This is, you know, the respect I do have for him is that he's another fighter in front of me who's coming to win. So I have to take care of Jeamie before I do anything. But obviously, if that opportunity arises itself, oh my God, I would take it with both hands. You know, that's something that I would definitely look to do again. Like I said, congratulations as a world champion. But I think, you know, the division now, it only takes a few fights and you can be mixed in with these guys.
Jeamie, is Frazer the best fight in your career? What does beating someone like Frazer do for Jeamie TK?
Pushed me to the next level, but let me be honest, like, he has been guided the right way. You know, he's been given the opportunity to get in the position that he's in. I've never been given the opportunity. I had to work, get to this point the hard way. You know, even my first title defense, my first British title fight, it was on a away show. He had it at home against Fabio Wardley, you know? And even on this card, it's on his backyard. We're here at his backyard. This show favors him. He's always had it easy. He's a red carpet fighter.
Boxing ring's a boxing ring, mate. Just get in there and do your job.
Everything favors you. Where are we right now?
If that's how you want to look, I would have done this in London, I would have done it anywhere.
No, you wouldn't.
Think how bothered about where it was. A boxing ring's a boxing ring. I boxed all over the world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. A ring's a ring.
Everything favors you. And if
It's a soft way of looking at it.
all right, no problem. But if you do not win, which I believe you won't win, this is your fighting for your career. This is your last chance. You are fighting for your career because they've invested so much into you, and you don't come out victorious. There's no more investments in Frazer.
I've got no worry about that.
All right, we'll see.
Do you believe you're fighting for your career?
Not all. I feel I'm fighting to further my career. If anything, you know, after this fight, you know, there's big fights out there for me. When I win this, same for Jeamie. You know, his career will go on. You know, it's not the end of the road. We're in the Galam division at the minute. There's fights around the corner for everyone at every opportunity if you're ready. I'm more than ready for this. I'm more than ready to move on, and I'm excited for the fight.
So, obviously I know both of you are going to say that you're going to win. What I'm curious of, and Frazer, I'll come to you first, does this fight go the distance?
Not a chance.
Jeamie, does this fight go the
I'm
distance?
looking at Frazer, and he knows
He
it.
can't even go the distance.
Of course,
He
I
can't
know
even go the
it.
distance.
He told you that.
He can't even go the distance. No, it's not a problem.
All right, no problem.
After 3 rounds, he's fucked.
He told. Whoa, you're the one who. You're the one who can't even do rounds in the gym. I know about you, bro. I know everything that you do in the gym. You can't even do rounds in the gym. You can barely breathe after 3 rounds. But we'll see.
Okay.
Let's see who's breathing after 3 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah?
You ain't gonna be me.
Jeamie,
Bring it off the one.
what are your keys to success on Saturday night to win the heavyweight title, to beat Frazer Clark, what does Jeamie TKB have to do?
Knock out Frazer Clark. That's the only way.
Frazer, same question to you. What is Big Fraze? What is Frazer Clark? Commonwealth gold medalist, Olympic bronze medalist. What do you have to do to beat Jeamie TKB?
Forgetting all them accolades, and there was a long time ago. What I need to do is put into practice the work I've been doing over the last, 16 weeks. Because, like I say, it's been a very long camp, and all the work I've done before that, even, like I say, I feel I'm in a mentally fantastic place, a physically great place, and I'm there to do a job. Jeamie could be anyone. He's just the other opponent to me, and obviously this back and forth, this little bit of tension between us is perfectly normal for a heavyweight fight, for a British heavyweight title. It means a lot to him, and it means a lot to me. At the end of the day, may the best man win.
I agree with that. Ben, I'm going to let you wrap it. I personally am excited for this fight. I've been excited for this fight for months. For you, this was the fight to open BBC with, wasn't it?
Look, it's massive. It's massive for both of them. I've been on a journey with both of them. They both probably feel they should have been British champions already. Frazer Clark, obviously, last year against Fabio Wardley, had the point deducted, ended up with a draw. Many people felt he won that night. And Jeamie TKB did win on April the 5th this year against David Adelaide. He was due the rematch. David didn't want it. And so it means a lot to them, both of them, this title. They've been here before. They're here again on the big stage like the BBC. It's a huge opportunity. It's a huge opportunity in their careers. This is history. And both of them feel it, and both of them know it. Tune in, 6 p.m. from BBC iPlayer, 8 p.m. on BBC Two. And I think we're going to witness a heavyweight classic.
I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard them. They can keep talking for an hour more. They got to say it for the ring. We're going to face all the fighters off, including face off between Jeamie and Fraze. The security, get ready. Saturday night, boxing returns to the BBC, the biggest platform in this country after 20 years. And it's headlined by Frazer Clark and Jeamie TKB for the British heavyweight title. We're going to face them off. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for the weigh-ins.